We would now like to start regular press conference by Minister IWAYA. The Minister, the floor is yours. Hello. First of all, from yesterday, at the plenary sessions of the House of Representatives and the House of Councillors, representative questions are being asked, and various discussions have been held on diplomacy and securities. In addition, today, Liberal Democratic Party had delivered a resolution calling for a drastic strengthening of diplomatic power, which expresses the need to enhance diplomatic and defense capabilities, striking good balance between the two, and radically strengthen diplomacy to realize a peace of Japan and the stability of the region. Bearing fully in mind of discussion at the Diet and the LDP at the various councils, we would like to secure necessary budget and personnel required in order to firmly develop diplomacy. We want to build that structure. This concludes my opening statement.
If you have a question, please raise your hand, proceed to the microphone, state your name and affiliation before asking question. Yonetsu from NHK, please. This is Yonetsu from NHK. I have a question about UN Security Council. At the Chief Cabinet Secretary in the meeting, there was an explanation provided that the Japan has declared its candidacy for non-permanent membership of the Security Council in the 2032, also intends to run in the 2043 election. Could you clarify the fact? And in pursuit of the permanent seat of the Security Council, I also would like to hear your view on that. The competition of non-permanent seats on the Security Council has intensified over the years, making advanced and meticulous preparations more important than ever. In 2032, not only 2032, but for the election in 2043, it may be long in the future, but as I said, we need to make an advanced and meticulous effort preparing for the election, and we already decided that we will run for the 2043 election, and according to the procedures of the United Nations, we have registered our candidacy. UN Security Council has a critical responsibility for maintaining international peace and security. Japan places a significant importance on this role. That said, if I may comment on that, the current Security Council unfortunately malfunctions. That is the fact. Hence, the Security Council reform or UN reform are the subject that there is a need now for us to properly engage in. So such reform discussions, we intend to lead such a discussion moving forward. Next question, please.
Mainichi Kino is my name. My question is about nuclear sharing. At the representative question of the plenary session of the House of Councillors, Prime Minister was asked about the nuclear sharing after talking about the affirmation of the three anti-nuclear principles. He said that he asked the officials to enhance the expanded deterrence between Japan and US in the April summit meeting. Japan intend to enhance the U.S. Expanded deterrence further, and in June, there was a U.S.-Japan expanded deterrence consultation to be uplifted and executed. That's my understanding. As for the government, do you think you need to enhance the conventional framework furthermore, or, for example, like NATO's nuclear planning group or the U.S. ROK expanded consultation group, do you intend to create a new framework? So could you give us your view? Thank you. As to the statement by the Prime Minister today, he did not instruct a new thing, but improvement and enhancement of the nuclear deterrence that we have been addressing. He pointed out the entire initiative of Japan so far. That's how I understood. Between Japan and the U.S., including the venue of Japan-U.S. enhanced deterrence consultation at the working level on various topics of deterrence and policy with the allies on a day-to-day basis at the various levels. We exchange views closely and widely. At the April Japan-U.S. summit meeting, this was before Prime Minister Ishiba's government, but we confirmed the decisive importance of enhancement of the U.S. expanded deterrence, which is promoted by the defense capability of Japan, and we concurred to further collaborate bilaterally. And as you pointed out, at the July Japan-U.S. 2+2 this year, we held a Japan-U.S. cabinet meeting on extended deterrence. So that was uplifted to the cabinet level. And through Japan-U.S. expanded deterrence consultation, we want to promote the stability of the region, and in order to deter the conflict, we have confirmed to keep searching for best method to enhance extended deterrence. Moving forward, we want to continue various initiatives. That's what the Prime Minister Ishiba mentioned. It's not the case that he gave a new initiative to kick off.
Next, Noga-san from Nikkei, please. I'm Baba from Nikkei. I have a question about U.S. steel. The President-elect Mr. Trump posted the message on his X account that he absolutely go against the acquisition of the U.S. steel by the Nippon Steel, and he also stated that I will block this deal from happening by IWAYA. So what is the take as the Minister of Foreign Affairs? As pointed out, that the message posted by the President-elect, Mr. Trump, I'm aware of that. But this is a matter concerning the management of the individual private enterprise. As the government, I would like to refrain from making comments. That said, expand the mutual investment opportunities between Japan and the U.S., enhance the economic relations. There is a mutually needed aspect. Realizing the economic growth and the sustainable and inclusive economic growth in the Indo-Pacific region, and the matters helpful for the economic security, those are the things to be proceeded moving forward. So within the big framework, I can make some comment. But as for the matter concerning the individual enterprise, I would like to refrain from making comment. Thank you.
Next, Kyodo Sakaguchi-san, please. Kyodo Sakaguchi. In the exclusive interview, President Zelensky answered our question. As for the some of the occupied region by Russia, President Zelensky acknowledged it is difficult to recapture by force, and he said the need to restore all territory by diplomacy. Minister IWAYA, I believe you visited Ukraine last month. Did President Zelensky share such view with you? Did he have such a view? After the conclusion of the fighting, what kind of role should Japan play? When I visited Ukraine last month, President Zelensky, Prime Minister Shumihari, and Foreign Minister Shibiha, and Ukrainian dignitaries and I had meetings. As to the content of the discussion, since it is a diplomatic interaction, so I would like to refrain from mentioning them. But anyway, in order to realize just and perpetual peace, or to regain peace to Ukraine, is the most important thing. So Japan would like to make maximum support to Ukraine. This is what I conveyed back then in Ukraine. After the end of the fighting, the role Japan should play is very vast. We have some constraint in terms of providing military assistance, but even now, in order for the wintering, the support to the energy-related facilities and the land mine removal related initiatives and various support are provided for the sake of Ukraine. And as for the restoration and reconstruction, we would like to provide the maximum support to Ukraine. Restoration of Ukraine invaded by Russia is beneficial for the entire international community. So a strong support for Ukraine effort of restoration and reconstruction is to be provided. The public and private sector working together. IWJ, please.
IWJ Hamamoto. I have a follow-up question on Ukraine. At the meeting with the President Zelensky in Kiev, you promised to provide an additional support at the $3 billion to Ukraine. So far, Japan provided the support at the $12 billion. And Mr. Piotr Kurupa of Poland responded to the interview of Ukraine. The Ukrainian officials are bribing, or that there is corruption being observed among the public officials and of the Ukraine, and so they're using the Japanese tax money to Ukraine. I think you need to carefully trace and review the spending and financial support to Ukraine. What is your take? What you have pointed out, embezzlement is not something that I'm aware of. The Russian aggression into Ukraine is such an outrage which shakes the foundation of the international order. In Asia, Indo-Pacific, the security are inseparable piece. And North Korean soldiers are sent to Ukraine. By observing this demonstrates the inseparable nature of the different regions, and this is indeed a global issue. So the unilateral attempt to change the border by using the forces, and this is absolutely not acceptable. So given the perspective, we have extended a consistent support to Ukraine. The support amount, as has been pointed out, the total amount has been already the $12 billion, and this has been steadily implemented. Moving forward, with the Ukrainian government, relevant agencies, and international communities, we will collaborate together and continue supporting Ukraine.
We'd like to invite the last question. Kyodo Sakaguchi-san, please. Kyodo Sakaguchi. So China resumed a short-term visa exemption for Japanese nationals to China last month. I believe MOFA has been dealing with this issue, and I would like to hear a minister's view first. And Japan-China relations have still some concerns, but the resumption of visa exemption, what kind of impact will it have to Japan-Sino relations? As for the resumption of short-term stay visa exemption to Japanese nationals to China, we have requested China at all levels. So from November 30th, the exemption of visa was resumed, and Japan would like to welcome that. Japan and China relations, in order to make it more friendly and fruitful, more than anything, exchanges between people should be the foundation of the relations. So through these measures implemented this time, I hope that the exchanges between Japan and China people will be further facilitated, and from economic circle for a long period of time, there was request for the resumption of the visa exemption. So I hope that the economic activities will be further promoted. That's what I hope for. So this concludes today's press conference. Thank you very much. Thank you.